and 2 motions. But this soon changed after the Deputy Majority Leader of the House, Representative Leo Ogor, raised a motion challenging the occupants of the seats of the Minority Leader, Minority Whip, Deputy Minority Leader and Deputy Minority Whip of the House of Representatives by members of the All Progressives Congress, APC, without the consent and input of the Labour Party, the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, and the Accord Party.
This House is a House that believes in the right of the common man. The right of the minority must at every given time be protected. I am therefore stating clearly, Mr. Speaker, that those members sitting there, our colleagues, have negated the spirit of the House rule. They have offended the spirit of the House rule. They have violated the spirit of the House rule. I consider them interlopers. They have usurped the clear responsibility of the other political parties. And I think, Mr. Speaker, that it behoves on us to insist that they vacate those seats till we get a number of 40 people that will represent this party. That is the position, and that is the House rule.
But the Minority Leader of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, dismissed Ogor's motion as unnecessary and unfounded, saying it ought to have been raised by an opposition member and not by the ruling party.
Our rules do not create any room for what is known as a meddlesome interloper. Honourable colleagues, the rules are very clear. It says the minority parties shall nominate. And that is exactly what the minority parties have done. It does not say, the rules do not say that the minority parties shall nominate based on party basis. It does not say there must be one from APC, one from... There's nothing in the rules that says so. There's nothing in our rules that says so.
But in a swift reaction, members of other minority parties agreed with Ogor's position and demanded their share of the opposition pie.
Since the formation of APC, all the opposition parties in the House will have not met to decide which party will take so and so position. We have not met. And there is no way one political party will produce all the leadership positions meant for opposition parties in the House.
The issue is not about whether it concerns us as individuals, because there are 2 privileges in this House, and we must emphasize that. One, there's a collective privilege of the House of Representatives, and there are individual privileges of members of the House of Representatives. And that is why sometimes when there are publications against the House of Representatives in the media, any member here can say that he believes that the privilege of the House has been affected by that publication and therefore seeks some clarification. Similarly for an individual interest. In this matter, the issue about who brings up a motion that relates to how this House is governed in line with justice and democracy shouldn't even mean whether you are a member of the minority party, but that you are qualified to be a member of this House. And if that answer is in the affirmative, then it becomes clear that yes, the Deputy Majority Leader has the right and has the locus, because I heard the Minority Leader, and I must commend him for his brilliance and for his contribution on this debate. I mean, we continue to admire his brilliance.
He has not been recognizing us as member of the minority group. And as a result of that, I believe I stand a chance to sit there as member of the leadership.
It's a lie!
After heated debate which failed to resolve the matter, the Deputy Speaker, Emeka Ihedioha, who presided, referred the motion to the Committees on Rules and Business and Justice for further legislative consideration, with a directive to report back to the House in 2 weeks.
Welcome back to the Gavel. Now, the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Abdul Wahid Omar, has demanded that the National Assembly investigate the funds appropriated for defense since the war on terrorism began. Comrade Omar, in a press statement, said he's worried that although huge funds, according to him, have been appropriated for security agencies, terrorist activities are still rampant, particularly in the northeast. In the 2014 budget alone, 314.3 billion naira was appropriated for defense, which comprises the Navy, the Army, and the Air Force. Some lawmakers had a thing or two to say about the demand for an investigation of the defense budget.
The Nigerian Labour Congress has asked the National Assembly to probe financial allocations to the military in the fight against terrorism. The NLC President, Comrade Abdul Wahid Omar, in a statement said the union is disturbed that despite huge allocations to security, terrorism remains a serious challenge in Nigeria. We spoke with several lawmakers to get their reaction to NLC's call for the probe. A federal lawmaker, Senator Chris Anyanwu, said such probe would be time-wasting as the National Assembly would have to go back to the days of previous administrations to examine the allocation to security.
First of all, we have to be sure that those monies that had been voted for were also released to these agencies. And quite often, not all that has been appropriated is released. That's number one. Number two, let's not engage in things that may end up demoralizing the troops. The job is hard enough as it is. This is an unconventional warfare, something they have never seen before, and they're adjusting to it. And they're now gearing up. If we engage in that kind of probing, I think at the end of the day, we'll just be caught up in blame games and we demoralize the people, and distract them from focusing fully on the job at hand.
Another lawmaker agreed.
At this point, I will not advocate for the National Assembly to carry out that investigation. But I would not only urge, but I will insist on a thorough internal review of the financial dealings as regards the security vote and what is happening and the expenditures of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is a critical point and nobody should overlook it. But I don't think that we should do it at this point. I think that the Commander-in-Chief should be the one who should go and look into that problem and satisfy the Nigerian people that he himself is satisfied that not only are our troops getting the best that money can buy, not only are they getting the best training that money can buy, but that everything they need to be able to carry out and sustain this war against terror that has been paid for has been provided. And if they have not been provided, then people should be held accountable. But that should be between the Commander-in-Chief and the military itself.
But a lawmaker, Senator Babafemi Ojodu, disagreed, saying the National Assembly should examine how the military utilize their allocations meant to fight terrorism.
It is very important now that the focus, the attention of the nation is being put on our military. It is now time we need to go there and examine the books and see what are we spending money on. There was an issue that came up, and I challenged the minister then, at one of our meetings. I said, look, the military are saying that you are buying things that they do not need, and you are buying those things that they do need. It led to a shouting match between me and the minister. So there is a need to look at it. Why is our military so prostrate? Why is morale so low among our soldiers? Why are they not well kitted? Why are they not well fed? Why are they rebelling against their leadership? So what has happened? Why are they not well motivated, for God's sake? Why are they not, able to fight, a ragtag army?
It will be interesting to see if the National Assembly would look into this request by the NLC when it resumes after the 2 weeks break.
To speak more on the Nigerian Army's operation in the north, we spoke to the chairman, Senate Committee on Army, Senator George Thompson Sekibo.
First of all, for me to support a cause, I must also find the need for that. Now, the question is whether I find the need for that. No, I don't find the need for such investigation. But you see, we are in a democratic setup. If part of our constituents want investigation into anything we are doing, you can't say they should not do it. If you say so, people must misconstrue to mean that something is wrong or there's something fishy. So if they want to